Welcome to Overdrive AF, the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. My name is Teddy Gurzon, and I'm joined by Gina Marie Gurzon.
Getting closer to you. Hello.
Ew. Also joined by us, or with us, is The Destroyer.
What's up?
We make sure that we never reveal his birth name, only his god name, his Titan name.
My secret identity.
Quietly here today, Titan and Brajol. Let's hope they stay nice and quiet from both ends. And not pictured are any cats, correct?
I
can't
don't
see from
think
my
so.
angle.
I mean,
I don't
Abra
think so.
might be under the massage table.
Swagger was on my chair, but then I had to move him, and he threw a fit and left. So,
Well, it even though breezy, partly windy, it is a beautiful day outside.
yes. I like the foliage.
Mm-hmm.
Big word there.
Good job.
Nice. I like to speak and read in a third grade level. Keeps things moving faster in my head.
Foliage.
Foliage.
Over enunciate.
Yes. I like to put the wrong emphasis on the correct syllable.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Makes me sound more photosynthesis.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we are in October,
Yeah, it's October.
the month for the boobs. So, yeah,
Breast cancer awareness.
breast cancer awareness.
Do it for the boobies.
Popping my pecs right now. I'm Terry
Yes,
Crews.
I can't do that.
We can work on that.
I did it once. I was able to do it once.
Yes.
Really
That
excited.
was a very big moment. You screamed. You screamed. I cried. We hugged. I sucked my thumb. But yeah, here we are. It's we're in October. You know, for some reason the 14-day flatten the curve has not ended yet, but we're here, alive and kicking. All right. Those of you keeping track on what's going on in New York, yes, it's still turning to a shit show, but Rockland County's still not too bad. They did contain or label some dangerous zip codes, if you want to call it. So, yeah, there's that. But the gym is still open, so we are happy about that. Now, let's move on to our weekly update on Destroyer's mileage and jump shot.
Well, we are recording this a little earlier than usual, so mileage isn't quite where it's normally at.
Yeah,
but,
we're at Thursday. We normally record on a Saturday. So
Yeah.
where's the mileage at as far as Thursday is concerned?
As far as Thursday is concerned, it's 18.
18.
So far.
Still great.
So I do my 6 miles 4 days a week, and then 10 miles on Friday, and then I take the weekend off.
Nice.
So I'm staying consistent so far. And then the jump shot is still getting better, but I still keep losing in horse for some reason. Not sure why.
I realize I do about 150 miles a week, actually, in commuting to work in my car. So,
I was gonna say.
yeah, about that, give or take. Actually, it's less than that because for the afternoon shift, you've been chauffeuring my prince ass around. So, you know, just like true
Yeah, this
royalty,
is
my
true.
chariot always awaits me.
I chauffeur our furry babies too.
You chauffeur all the men around
They like
in the
it.
family.
Somebody's got to be alpha,
Oof.
you know.
That's why I wash the dishes and only an apron,
Oh God.
backwards.
But backward. At least we make Desi laugh.
Who?
Oh God, I can call him that.
No, you can't. We're live.
Hey.
I'll bleep it out.
The Destroyer.
Yeah, Gina, our phones, Facebook, Amazon, constantly listening to us. We cannot let
This is true.
them know the whereabouts of Destroyer's real
Sorry.
identity.
The Zuck is a big fan of the show.
What'd you say?
The Zuck is a huge fan of the podcast.
Yes. So, yeah, we have another challenge coming up. Excited about that. Unfortunately, we can only take so many people in it. So, you know, as far as people that are getting the all-out guaranteed results, customized plans, we're going to cap that at 6. So we have to cap that at 6 because it requires so much effort to make sure that we get people to our dream body as fast as possible, and then show them how we can keep them there. So yeah, anybody listening to this, if you want guaranteed results in the next 6-week challenge, then you better inquire about that as fast as possible, because they are filling up super fast. So yeah, and as far as that's concerned, what we're giving you is a customized menu, cookbook, 4 different recipe books for shakes to have as snacks and/or meals, and then we're gonna coach you every step of the way.
Access to our OD app.
Oh, let's not forget about that. Yes, access to our Overdrive Fitness app. So you'll be able to follow along in all our workouts, whether you're at home or in person, and then you're also going to be able to, let's say a movement isn't conducive to you because of injuries or maybe physical limitations or even equipment that you may have at home. You'll be able to substitute those out with any of the over 700 exercises that we have stored in our library. Filmed mostly by yours truly, Gina Marie Garzon.
Oh, you've filmed plenty of videos.
Yeah, I filmed about 10%, but nobody wanted to see the fat Ted from the beginning of lockdown that filmed most of those videos.
You do all the sexy moves.
Yes. A lot of pelvic ostentations. I don't even know what that means.
Ostentation.
I heard it in an Incubus song, but I looked it up, and I'm like, I really don't think this kind of works into the flow, but I guess it does. Maybe the definition, not so much, but as far as getting the point of the song across, I'm like, yeah, cool, got it. So yeah, talking about today, I guess what we're going to bring up today is a common obstacle that we come across with our online members, and I mean even in-person members, but it's in regards to transforming your body, right? Like doing what it takes to achieve your dream body. Whether it be you put on more muscle, you get bigger, you get smaller, you feel better actually going up and down stairs, whether it's 1 flight or 9, and just overall operating a lot better without starving yourself, right? So, or my favorite, I love carbs, but I got rid of them all, right? So,
as they're drinking a keto shake and smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. So, I love that. I'll never forget that. That image is burned into my brain. But, yeah, the most common obstacle I hear is, I really want to get in shape, and then and this is after they lay out the fact that diabetes runs rampant on both sides of the family. They themselves are pre-diabetic. They're currently dealing with high blood pressure. They're not happy with the clothes they're fitting into. They were a size 4 and they're currently a size 8. And they also go on to say that they've been dealing with this problem for at least the last 6 years. Okay, and it's so imperative that they want to see these drastic changes, and that's what they're telling me. I'm not feeding them this information. They're telling me all this, right? But they're just way too busy to do anything about it, right? They've got kids, they've got work, they've got a birthday party coming up, they've got every single holiday, which is amazing because most of the holidays that they list, I didn't realize there's so many holidays. Now imagine if they were Jewish people that I was dealing with and they brought up the holidays, then we'd have a serious problem. But we're not even there yet. So the point being is, if you want to start seeing these changes, you really have to stop using the excuse that you're too busy, because it doesn't matter if you only have, let's say, 15 minutes a day 3 times a week to work out, then you utilize that. If you do have plenty of time to work out, then what is the excuse? All right. But if you keep finding excuse of being too busy to make small changes to your diet, or going for walks, doing little things like instead of always parking in the first spot next to the entrance to your job, maybe you park in the last spot and you walk, because there's plenty of people that wishes they could actually walk, and you're just being lazy about it and always looking for excuses instead of actually making changes, right? But if you constantly make the excuse of being too busy, then what's going to happen? Well, you continue down the road of being so out of shape, and there's no avoiding it, because if you're telling me that you're already pre-diabetic, you have high blood pressure, and these problems are rampant on both sides of the family, along with cardiovascular disease, which is the highest it's a number one killer in America and has been for a long time, then all you're going to do is just cut off at least 10 years of your life. So you're going to be too busy until you're not busy anymore because you're just fucking dead and you're not there for your family anymore. So it's not even like I'm trying to be too, like even hyperbolic about it, but that's just the reality. And I wouldn't even be saying all this if it weren't true, because I think everything is backed by statistics. People are literally dropping dead every day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's aside from COVID to begin with, right? Because if we were going to tie it to COVID, most people dropping dead that had underlying conditions, all those had to do with just being straight up out of shape. So
The obesity factor was huge.
yes.
And then diabetes, and then other components too. So, yeah. But the obesity factor, diabetes, high blood pressure, and a lot of other things, just hitting the basics of nutrition and hitting the basics of fitness. That in itself, maybe making one small change every couple of weeks, can impact that issue greatly. You know, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, maybe setting an alarm on your phone every hour and just getting up from your computer and walking around. Maybe if you're on a floor, maybe walking the floor, coming back to your desk, grabbing an apple instead of cupcakes, or, you know, just making small changes. Drinking water instead of soda, or maybe something diet-based. I mean, we have nothing against diet-based beverages, you know, just things like that. Maybe a diet iced tea instead of a regular iced tea that has 50 grams of sugar in the one bottle, you know? Or, you know, adding a salad to your meal. Okay, you want to have Burger King? Maybe order a side salad. Just start the process. What else? I mean, there's so many things. We have clients or members too that their doctors have taken them off of their high blood pressure medication just by starting to work out here.
And we haven't even touched your nutrition yet.
No, just by them moving.
Mm-hmm.
And these are people who are even on their feet all day, but just by getting them to move, not just standing or sitting, standing, that kind of thing. And then there's just making those little changes. That is a big, big deal. So maybe starting to carry a water bottle around. You know, finding other people, whether it's your family, your friends, coworkers, that maybe they want to take that 10-minute stroll around, you know, up and down the school before, you know, between lunch and the next class, or using part of your lunch hour as exercise. Maybe you go to take a class and you eat lunch at your desk and work and eat, and just maybe use that extra 45 minutes to even get a quick spin class in. I don't know, one of those speed spin classes they do for like 30 minutes or something. Or I don't know, there could be, you know, there's a will, there's a way. It's priorities. You know, setting your phone, even if it's 15 minutes earlier. Maybe start your day with some meditation or some light yoga, or just allowing yourself to feel better and breathe. Just getting some oxygen into your brain.
Yeah, the excuse of being too busy is just, it's getting too ridiculous, right? Because we can tackle that almost all the time, right? So, for instance, most people even in our in-person clientele, most of them don't even have cable anymore. They've completely cut the cord. So any media they consume, as far as entertainment at least, is all through the internet. So, and how can we access the internet? Well, aside from Wi-Fi, you have cellular data. So, you know, no one's ever too busy to not get in their favorite shows, to make sure that no one's ever too broke to make sure they can pay for Hulu, Netflix, and their cell phone, right? No one's ever too busy to make sure that, you know, they find time to run to the store and pick up all their favorite alcohol and their favorite food, right? But when it comes to improving your quality of life, all of a sudden it's too expensive and there's not enough time, right? But it's too expensive until your premium goes up, your healthcare is exorbitant, because you have a whole cabinet now in your kitchen full of prescription medicine just so you can operate, right? And then all of a sudden now, you know, you're too busy to work out, or you have too much free time to work out, or you can't work out because you've neglected your health so much in your 30s and 40s and 50s that you're on a fucking oxygen tank in your 60s.
I mean, it shouldn't hurt to get in and out of bed, to sit down and stand up from your chair, like little things like that those in and out of your car. It shouldn't be painful. It shouldn't be uncomfortable,
Sleeping shouldn't be so arduous that it's taking years off your life in your 30s because you're so fucking out of shape.
It's scary.
So, I mean, if you're going to tell anybody, and not even just us, that you're just way too busy to get your life under control, just find another excuse, right? Or just come to grips with the terms that there is a way that you can make it happen, right? So, like, let's just say you are a male, you're 42 years old, you're 5'10", 270, right? Well, yeah, we're not going to get you back down to 180 in, 5 months, 6 months. But we could probably get you to a much healthier, happier, and you might even be a lot happier even just at 220, 240, right? That might be where you need to be at this point in your life. If you get under 200 and you're happy, fine. But the whole point is to make sure that we do it under the constraints of your lifestyle, given lifestyle, without starving yourself, without pushing away friends and family because you become so impossible to deal with, without becoming narcissistic because you feel the need to document this whole journey on social media. Like, everyone needs to see the fucking boring ass food that you're eating every day.
And I think those that have children too, your children are seeing everything, so all the decisions you're making and all these habits you've created for yourself and that you kind of follow on a daily basis, they see that, and whether they like it or not, the way you walk, they walk like you. The way you stand, they'll stand like you. The way you posture, they posture like you. They're going to follow the same habits. They become very ingrained in their little bodies, in their brains, and it just becomes part of the norm. So if you're not eating carbs because they're bad for you, your children are going to follow suit. If you're constantly pushing the vegetables away because you don't like the way they taste, whatever the case, then they're going to do the same thing. If you're prone to jumping on the McDonald's bandwagon or always buying 3 subs and a 6-pack of beer or whatever the case, then they're going to think that eating like that all the time is okay. You have to start thinking about, it's not about you anymore. It's about what are you teaching your kids too, and not being so selfish in a sense, because you want to be there for their graduation. You want to be there for all the happy moments, your significant other or whatever the case, and you want to lead by example. So the whole do as I say, not as I do thing doesn't work. Embody what you're speaking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
walk your talk.
You only get one body to invest in, so you might as well make sure that it can last as long as possible, so you can always be there for your family. And with the cost of college as it is, the rising cost of everything, if you were to pass away early, do you know that your family would be okay without you? Because you didn't take the proper precautions to make sure that you could live a healthy and long life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a serious question you have to ask yourself.
You want to look back and say, like, okay, I feel good about the choices I made, And balance is important. I think it's important to enjoy your life, but at the same time, how can you make it better? That 10-minute walk, how many days a week can make a difference, and that 10-minute walk can lead into something else. Maybe you end up running a 5K, your first 5K. Maybe you end up joining a fitness class. Maybe you end up bench pressing more than your body weight. I mean, that's a big deal for some people. There's strength there. There lies strength within that. Mental strength, physical strength. And you take that, just like with our athletes too. All of the training that they do with us, it transfers to every aspect of their lives. And I've had plenty of conversations with parents about that too. You become more confident on the field, off the field, in social situations, at a job interview. Like, you use that, you know?
Like, you can go out and, you know, replace your whole wardrobe, you know? Like, I mean, how many people have we come across, you know, they'll spend a ton of money on clothes that they'll wear for like a couple hours in their entire lifetime, right? But, you know, like, how often you can take the clothes off, put it away, and be done with it, right? But you can't just, like, replace any faulty organs whenever you goddamn want to, right? You're walking around with that all the time. You know, yeah, I know your blood regenerates like what, every 60 to 90 days or something like that.
Yeah,
but you know, if your habits are shit and you constantly keep making excuses, then you're just gonna keep going down this road of just basically slowly dying. And I mean, I don't even know what else to say. There's just
certain foods make you feel better than others too, you know?
like pancakes.
And like pancakes, yes. Which would be something that we're leading up to. But
yeah, so should we even say it? Drop
What?
it. Yeah, I mean, like, we've talked in the past. I mean, let me even step aside from this before I even mention what we're about. Desi and I, Destroyer. Fuck! Damn it! Cut that out.
how are we punishing him right now? Airdyne?
Should I choke myself?
Oh, God.
Daddy. What's up?
What?
No, I'm kidding.
You scare
Believe
me
it or not,
sometimes.
Call Her Daddy is like one of the top podcasts out there. Can you believe that?
Call her daddy?
It's higher than Pardon My Take. Like, I think it's number 3 in the nation of all podcasts. I think the top 2 podcasts out there are NPR. They're both NPR podcasts. And then it's Call Her Daddy. And then the New York Times one is right under that. Like, what is wrong with America, right? I mean, what do those mothers think about the 2 women that host that show?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Things they are changing.
yes. Can't say women aren't empowered.
I guess you can define your own. You can have your own definition of empowered, I guess.
I know. I've never been able to make money by showing my nipples. It's ridiculous. But
Unless we finally start up the Overdrive OnlyFans.
yeah, we should start an Overdrive OnlyFans.
And
Make
maybe
the dreams
finally
come
the
true.
men will start getting paid more than the women there.
Yeah, gender pay is definitely not equal on OnlyFans. That's one thing I will say.
You got to show your nipples.
That's the secret.
Peck pop.
Should I get that Nintendo 64 joystick controller
Yes.
tattoo?
Did you see that
dope.
tattoo, Desi?
The guy got an N64 controller tattooed over his pec, but the little joystick part of it was his nipple. I was like, I want that.
Oh my God. Yep. Yep. Well, I mean,
I'll get 2 of them. It'll be 2-player mode.
Yeah.
Like, what's
Oh,
up?
let's announce. I know Desi's going to be posting for us about
that's 2 for you and 1 for me.
what? What?
You said his God-given name.
My full Christian name.
Desi, because he is holy in the OD
Swole.
realm.
Yeah.
Swoly holy. There we go. Holy swoly. Well, shout out to Helena Kesmarsik
And Megan O'Prey.
and Megan O'Prey for 8th graders making varsity.
8th grade and freshman.
I'm sorry. Okay, Teddy. Would you like to do it? Go
No,
ahead.
I'm
you
just
hit-
saying. We just spoke about it earlier. That's why. I didn't even realize it till Helena
They
popped.
both made varsity soccer
Yes. For TZ High School.
for TZ High School, yes. And
And-
these girls have been working very hard.
And they were the only underclassmen that made it. Well, I should say Helena was the only 8th grader, and Megan was the only 9th grader.
Wow.
Yeah. Like Fez would say, Kashmani.
And I know Destroyer is going to be posting about Helena for us too, because
Yes.
I wanted to really highlight her because she's been working so hard.
She's a beast.
Through the lockdown on her nutrition and her training, she's been zoned in. Really zoned in, very focused.
She worked out on vacation.
Yes. She's absolutely transformed. I mean, she's gained 12 pounds, and the majority of that is skeletal muscle mass. She's been able to put on a nice amount of muscle mass as an 8th grader. I mean, she's grown into her body. She's gained 2.5 inches of height. I mean, she's just so happy. She feels so strong. And, you know, she's getting a lot of different looks from coaches, and they're noticing the difference in her, the confidence in her, everything. Powerhouse. And then Tommy Shalom was named one of 2 captains on the varsity soccer team, high school soccer team, and his brother Dylan Shalom was pulled up to varsity as a sophomore, so they'll be able to play together for a year. So I know Tommy's a senior, right, this year?
Yes.
So they'll actually be able to play together for this final year of his high school soccer career. So a lot of big wins.
Big wins.
Anything else?
I guess I know we spoke a lot about like being too busy, and you know we got pretty serious into like the bullshit reasons that people use to not start turning their lives around. But you know, if you're constantly eating like shit, it's not that we don't want you to be able to enjoy those types of foods. You know, it's we just got to find a time and a place. So speaking of which, you know, obviously we can show you how you can incorporate these foods into your diet, right? But another thing we like to show you is if you're in a time crunch, you really want to get some awesome food in, right? We're going to start showing you some ways of like how to eat a whole pie of pizza as fast as possible, right? Or my favorite technique on how to eat pancakes as fast as possible, right? Because sometimes we just don't have the time to sit down at a diner and enjoy, right? Like as much as we love going to Brownstone, you know, we don't always have the time to stand online for 45 minutes.
What about
let alone drive down
Lulu's?
to Edgewater. Yeah, well that too. So like Lulu's, who is they made these delicious, wonderful blueberry pancakes for us to display.
Cornmeal, blueberry pancakes.
No, I didn't get the corn cakes. I get they're for me. See, that's the trick. You gotta order food for yourself. That's how a man becomes a man and stays a man.
Cornmeal cake.
They keep their
Effective
wife
strategy if you have
in
brothers
check.
too.
What's up?
Effective strategy if you have brothers too.
Yes.
Make sure you buy or order food that they don't want to eat.
Find out what they don't like and make sure that you fall in love with them.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Like, why'd you get this? Oh, you don't like it? It's too bad. Guess you don't get to eat, sucker.
My brother would do that to me all the time. I don't like your hippie shit. And then
you-
I'd end up finding all my Ezekiel bread is gone, or all my cereal is gone, or whatever the case. I'm like, you can eat it, just replace it. I don't care. You like my hippie shit because it's good. It's true.
It is true.
He would eat my chips
I seen
and my
it live.
all the good stuff. He'll tell you.
So yeah, stay tuned to our social media because we are going to show you how my effective way on
To
eating
Proper-
pancakes as fast as possible.
Properly inhale them, yes.
Yes.
Appropriately inhale them. Quantity over quality at this point. Although it is quality.
Yes.
It's from Lulu's.
But to make sure that I stay on schedule with my productive day, sometimes I gotta eat as fast as possible. Which I do enjoy though.
And your macros too.
Yes. I think that's, the way I eat was probably inspired by the movie Major Pain. So, if you haven't seen that, then definitely check it out.
Maybe you could do the dance after too.
Yeah, I've been
You know?
watching. I probably watched that movie about 1 million times. Between the ages of like 9 and 11. So.
Okay.
Anything else to add?
No, I think we need to get ready for your pancake inhalation.
Yeah, I'm prepping my stomach. So,
Should I brew some coffee
maybe a mint.
to swallow it down? You gonna? To make
Yeah.
it go down faster? No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joey
should, right?
Chestnut style.
What's up?
Joey Chestnut style, like
Right.
chugging.
Yeah. I'll have some water nearby.
Yeah.
Just like make sure it digests as I'm shaking it down. But yeah, I mean, if you keep saying that you're always too busy to start turning your life around, get in shape, then you know, I'll tell you someone that is also too busy to do anything positive really right now, and that is funeral directors, because they've been stuffing bodies in fucking you know, freezers outside. So unless you want to add to that body count, I'd suggest that you stop making the fucking excuse of being too busy to turn your life around and get in shape, and just start taking small steps in the right direction. Pile the little wins so you start feeling what it's like to be a winner, and you start living a healthy life, so you can start to see some more crazy shit, like, I don't know, maybe another lockdown. No, I'm kidding, I'm not gonna put that energy out there, knock on wood. But
I like being open, and I like seeing our members, and I know
Yes.
our members are very more than happy to be back.
or how about being around long enough to see Cuomo not in office anymore, and the name reversal back to the TZ Bridge? That would be fucking dope.
It's still the TZ Bridge.
It's
It is
always the
still
TZ Bridge.
Bridge.
I think my
No matter
GPS still
what.
calls it the TZ Bridge.
I'm not updating mine.
Going back to my flip phone. But yeah, that's all we have for you this week on the Overdrive AF podcast. And we'll see you guys next week.